What's up, guys? My name is TaiZen. Welcome to the cryptocurrency.market channel. This is a trading, investing, and entrepreneurship channel. In this video, guys, I want to answer a question that one of my followers submitted to me. His name is at D_Eli. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But he's been following me for a while, and he asked me what my thoughts are on the tokens that are issued by the exchanges. For example, like the Binance exchange has their own token, and then if you look at the Chinese exchange, the Huobi exchange, they have their own tokens. And if you look at Qcoin, they have their own token. And if you look at Bitfinex, they have their own Unised Leo token. So all these exchanges are coming out with their own tokens. They already have their own tokens, or they're coming out with their own tokens. And basically, D_Eli on Twitter asked me what I think about it, do I invest into it, and what's my thoughts on it. So in this video, I want to cover all those questions, okay? Right now, I currently own some Binance tokens. I do not have any of the other tokens, okay? And I plan on getting them whenever I have a chance. I need to rebalance my portfolio so that I can get them. I'm going to take a small position in some of them, like Binance. I already did that. I already got a position with them. I bought some tokens with them. Qcoin, I'm gonna buy some from them next time I have some extra money laying around, or I take profits on a coin, then I'll get some of that. The Unised Leo from Bitfinex, I'll probably get some of that too. And here's what I'm thinking, guys. If I am a profit maximalist, I'm not one of those Bitcoin maximalist retards, right? And if you guys been following me for a while, you guys know that a Bitcoin maximalist is a maximalist is anyone that's a fanboy or a diehard supporter of a particular project or coin. So I don't have any. When I started out back in 2012, 2013, I was a Bitcoin maximalist. But after I saw the explosion in price and profits of the altcoins such as NXT and Litecoin and several other altcoins, then that changed my mind. It reminded me that I'm in this to make a profit. I'm not in this to be a fanboy, okay? So if you ask me, hey Ty, does the exchange tokens like the Binance token or the Unised Leo token or the Qcoin token, do those tokens make sense? Does like the Huobi token, do any of these tokens make sense? And if you ask me, the answer is absolutely no. Like, in my wildest dreams of fantasy land living, even if I took the Bitcoin maximalist retards fantasy way of thinking and multiply it by 10 times, right? I still cannot come up with a good enough reason to have the Binance token, the Qcoin token, the Huobi token, or any of those exchange base tokens, okay? I can't even make up a reason why we would need them, okay? It's that bad, okay? I cannot even make up a bullshit excuse for why we need those tokens, okay? So if you ask me, hey man, do these tokens make sense? The answer from me is absolutely no. For the on Binance, most of these exchanges offer you like a lower cost transaction fee if you pay with their tokens, and to me it's just like that's like going full retard, and you never go full retard, okay? It doesn't make any sense to buy the for example, like the Binance token and use that as a token for to get lower discounted costs on the transaction fees. If they truly wanted to give us a lower cost, right, they just lower the cost of the transaction fees. I don't see the reason why I need to buy a separate token and pay with their monetary unit of currency to get a lower cost, okay? So that does not make any sense to me. And I cannot even make up some shit to even come up with a reason why you would need these exchange tokens. So if you ask me why do we need them or whatever, I have no reason. I mean, I don't see any reason. Okay. Now, if you look at it now, that's from a what do you call that? From a technical, philosophical perspective, right? I don't see a need for any of these tokens from the exchanges. They can easily use any of the other 2,000 cryptocurrency exchanges that's already listed out there on the markets. All right. Now, if you ask me from a life-changing profit potential, right? Now that is different. Okay, from a trader's perspective, that's different because you guys know me. I would trade anything that has an opportunity to make life-changing profits for my family. Okay, my kids, my wife, myself. Well, none of us care what the token is going to do to change the world or whatever. What we care about is, does the token have the opportunity to make life-changing profits? Okay, and if you ask me, hey Ty, does these tokens have any value or any sense? Does it make any sense to even have these exchange tokens? The answer for me is absolutely not. Like, I don't see any reason to have them, okay? But if you ask me, hey Ty, is there a potential to make a life-changing profits from these exchange tokens? Then the answer is absolutely yes. And the reason why is because there is a market for it, okay? People are trading it, there's volume, and most of that volume is fake, okay? Because it's on a Asian exchange, and in my opinion, most of the volume that's on all the Asian exchanges, they're all, I would say like half of them are fake. And some people say that, oh, the Binance exchange is not fake volume. Like I said, guys, Asian exchanges, I don't believe half the volume that they list. Okay, so if they list that they do 1 billion in volume, I'll take half of that. Okay, I'll start with that and then go from there. But I'm not going to trust any of them, even if it's Binance. Okay, it's just that the reason why I say that, guys, is because over here in Asia, they just have a different mindset about making money. Okay, as long as they're not killing people and they're not robbing people at gunpoint, they don't see anything wrong with manipulating the numbers on their exchange to get more customers, to get more transaction fees, to get more business, and to make more money. To them, that's just how you do business in Asia, okay? So they don't understand some of those Western laws that they have in the US that are like no wash trading, no front running, no pumping the price, artificially pumping the price of a coin and things like that. The Asian exchanges do not show any evidence to me that they understand those concepts, nor do they even care about it. Okay, over here in Asia, they have a idea that every man for himself, and it's not up to the government to do consumer protection and protect you and your money. It's up to you to do your own due diligence and protect your own money. And that's just the mindset that they have over here in Asia. It's not like in the West where everyone, all the consumers and the retail traders and investors, they have this mindset that the government is responsible for protecting them. Over here they don't have that concept. Like the idea that of like an accredited investor and all that nonsense, it's just so foreign to the Asian traders and investors over here. They don't have that concept. And if you go in there and you get scammed by something like BitConnect or OneCoin or anything like that, they don't, like over here, they just have that mentality that, hey man, that's your fault, that's your individual responsibility. You should have do better due diligence on those projects and not rely on the government. So over here in Asia, even though I live in a Vietnam, and it might be a communist country, and you would think that it's a socialist country, but I don't see any evidence of socialism over here, and neither do I see that in the other Southeast Asian countries either. And when I talk to the guys from China, I don't see that either. Okay, it's just every man for himself. Everyone is responsible for their own money. The government is not going to come in and save your ass or protect you. Okay, so from that perspective, right, these exchanges will do anything, in my opinion, these exchanges will do anything they can to elevate the value of their exchange token. So if you look at like KuCoin, they're not going to do what they can to destroy the value of their KuCoin tokens. They're going to do everything that they can within their power to increase the value of it. The same goes for Binance, the same goes for Huobi and all those exchange tokens, okay? So from a philosophical and technical perspective, I don't see why those coins even make sense, but from a life-changing profit perspective, I see it make a lot of sense because these coins are making the market for these tokens. So the way that I'm looking at investing in these tokens is that I'm making a very small bet size. And when I say small, it's definitely less than 1% of my portfolio, okay? Definitely, you know, the only time it would increase to more than 1% is if I buy the token and they increase in value and it goes up, okay? If you look at the tokens like Binance token, right? You know, it's being put out there by CZ, the CEO and founder of Binance. And you know, that's $1 billion dude, and supposedly they claim that they do over $1 billion worth of transactions a day in trading volume. So if you multiply that by 1/4%, right, on the buy side and the sell side, those guys are making several $1 million a day just in transaction fees. And even if we cut that volume in half and say that they only do 500 million in transaction volume a day, it's still a few $1 million in volume each day. So those guys have a shitload of money. And if English is not your primary language in America, a shitload of money means that you have a lot of it, okay? You have a bunch of it, okay? It's so much that they call it a shitload, okay? So CZ, he has a shitload of money himself, personally, because he's been in this game for a long time and he hit it really big in 2017. And then he also has an exchange that makes a shitload of money for him every day. And that's the reason why they're able to go out there and produce new features, new functionality, and new all kinds of new stuff on their exchange almost every day. Okay, I mean, like they're the only guys in crypto that I know of that's building new products and new services and new features almost every damn day. Every week they're rolling out new features, products, and services. Okay, so you have to ask yourself, like if these guys have that kind of money, what are they going to do to their own token, okay, that they produce, okay? So I'm betting, you guys know that when I make a bet in crypto, when I put money and invest into something and bet on something, right? I'm not betting on the coin, I'm not betting on any of the technology, I'm betting on the people behind the coin, the people and the community behind it. And you guys know that I bought a shitload of Tezos and I invested a shitload into Tezos. Why? Because the team behind it has a shitload of money. They have, in my opinion, the most money to develop a coin in crypto land, okay? They have more money than the market cap of their tokens, the last time I checked, all right? Now, when I buy the Binance token, I'm not investing in the Binance token. I don't care about the technology. I don't even care about the exchange, okay? What I care about is the guy behind it, and that is CZ, okay? CZ is a rich dude, okay? In English, you know, we would call him a rich MF, okay? And if you don't know what MF is, it starts with mother, okay? I'm trying to keep this thing PG-13. I know, you know, many of you guys know that I came to America as a Vietnamese refugee. You know, I grew up in the ghettos, in the black neighborhoods in America, got involved with the wrong people, got in trouble for drugs, and went to federal prison for nearly 14 years before I came out in my mid-30s, and I had to rebuild my life, learn how to trade, became successful at it, and then, you know, by the time I was in my mid-40s, I was able to retire thanks to my trading profits, okay? So, you guys know, I grew up poor. I never finished the 11th grade, so I don't have a high school degree nor a college degree. So I'm, you know, in English, I'm what they would consider rough around the edges, okay? Or an unpolished stone. And you know what? People can say that. I really don't care. You know, I was able to retire early with a shitload of money, so to take care of my family, my wife and kids, and that's what's important to me, okay? I could care less what anybody else says, because nearly during that time that I was in prison for nearly 14 years, there was not one cocksucker that was there writing to me or supporting me or giving me emotional support, financial support, or any kind of support. So I could give a shit what the haters and the trolls say, right? But when you look at a guy like, back to CZ and the Binance token, okay? When you guys look at guys like that, right? He has a bunch of money, and this guy can easily just go out there, right off into the sunset, and just retire. Like, you know, I did well for myself and I retired, but I'm not a billionaire, okay? And this guy is a billionaire already. It's undisputed that CZ is a billionaire in crypto. He doesn't even need the exchange, right? And so for a guy like that to continue working his ass off and putting out products, putting out, you know, this guy is trying to create a legacy, okay? And I am willing to invest in guys like him, guys like Charles Hoskinson, guys like Tommy Worldpower from the Energy Crypto token, because these guys, they got a shitload of money already, and they're still working their ass off. They're still busting their ass. They're still working. They're still trying to make leave a mark and leave a legacy in the cryptocurrency world, okay? And guys like that, I'm willing to invest into it. Matter of fact, you know, guys like me that retire already, but I still work on, you know, building better trading software and better trading education and courses and stuff like that. If there was an opportunity to invest in me, you should, because the, you know, guys that have done well for themselves and continue to move forward, right? You want to invest in those guys because those are the guys that's going to make a difference in the cryptocurrency space, okay? You know, you might think I'm bragging or hyping myself up, you know, but you know what? It is what it is. You know, that's the reality. Some guys are just more ambitious and more motivated and more money hungry than other guys. And those are the guys that you want to invest into, the guys that won't quit, okay? Even after they've made a shitload of money, okay? So that's the reason why I'm investing into the Binance token. I'm not investing into it because of the token or the technology, guys. I'm investing into it because of the guys behind it, which is CZ, okay? Same thing with Huobi and with KuCoin. All these guys that founded these exchanges, they already made a crap load of money from 2017. These guys don't even need to trade or do anything anymore, but they're still ambitious and they're still moving forward, okay? And and this is the beauty of something that you guys got to know, especially if you're a Westerner or you're an American or a European, Canadian, Australian. You got to know something about Asians, okay? In Asia, the guys like CZ, the guys like that own KuCoin, the guys that own like Huobi, the guys that own those Asian exchanges, okay? In America, right, like I've been Americanized, so I make enough money to where when I find freedom and my teammates find freedom, like the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary, world-renowned LeonFu.com, the great oracle of crypto, you know, he's also my business partner and my trading partner, right? When we make enough money in America we value freedom, personal freedom, right? So after we make enough money, there's no reason to do anything else because we already have our personal freedom. We don't have to work 9 to 5 anymore. We don't have responsibility to anybody, right? Matter of fact, whenever we have our high-end coaching and boot camp programs that teach people how to trade and invest in cryptocurrency, it's actually a responsibility from my business partners, and to them that's not true freedom. So that's why they really don't care about it, and that's why you don't see them on the video too much, right? But if you look at a real Asian, like from Korea, from Japan, from Southeast Asia, from China, they have what's called their societies and culture is based on face. Everybody makes more money so they can have more face and more honor, more dignity. And it's, when I tell you guys this, it's gonna seem very, very strange as shit in the Western world, okay? It's gonna seem really awkward, it's gonna seem really strange. It's like, who gives a shit about your face, okay? But they do in Asia. That's what they live for, man. Like, that's what they live for. Like, for example, like my mom can be living with me right now in our luxury apartment or luxury condo right here in a beautiful neighborhood around me with all the palm trees and nice areas. We got like multi-million-dollar townhomes right next door to us and everything. And this is like a resort for me to live here, right? But my mom won't live with me because she has no face, no honor, no dignity, because nobody here knows her. But if she stays in my village and she's really poor as shit, right? Everybody knows her, and then she can brag about how her son's a millionaire, how he's doing well, and all this other shit, okay? So because of that, she'd rather live in a poor-ass fishing village instead of living in the big city in Ho Chi Minh City with me over here. Okay, so it's all about face. It's all about having face in Asia, okay? And all throughout Asia, it's like that. It's all about having face. So even though these guys that own these exchanges, they have a shitload of money already, they're not gonna quit because they need to have more face. It's just the nature and the culture of Asian culture. You just gotta understand it, that they will never stop working. They will never stop retiring. So because of that, I wanna invest in guys like that. I wanna invest in guys that make $1 billion already. and they won't quit because their culture and their personality and their culture won't let them quit. And as a matter of fact, man, I hope nobody got hurt over here, man. They're building like 3 multi-million-dollar townhomes here. I'll make a separate video, guys. It's pretty interesting, the construction method here in Vietnam, how they construct homes. So I might make a separate video about that for my Living in Vietnam series, okay? I hope nobody got hurt, man. Like they have no concept of safety, construction safety or building safety over here, man. Everybody just, there's no hard hats, there's no steel toes, there's nothing, guys. The men and women get treated equally. Oh yeah, for all you crazy ass feminists out there, and you know you want all these women's rights and everything, bring your ass to Ho Chi Minh City, bring your ass to Vietnam or to Thailand. You get immediate rights, man. You'll be busting your ass with no hard hats, no safety equipment. You'll be wearing sandals, doing construction just like the men do. You'll be shoveling, digging ditches just like the men. There won't be no, hey, over here in Vietnam, there's one thing that's beautiful about Asia, guys. You will never have to complain about women's rights because your ass will be treated just like the men here, okay? You don't produce, your ass is out of there. They don't give a shit how good you look. There's girls over here that work construction over here that will put some of the beauty pageants in America to shame, okay? And guess what? They still gotta bust their ass and work like like every other person over here. They don't get no special treatment because they look cute or they look pretty, okay? All right, guys, back to the exchange tokens, all right? So if you wanna get the exchange tokens, my strongest suggestion would be that to bet very small, maybe like 1/4% of your entire portfolio, maybe 0.5% at most. Definitely, I would not invest into more than 1%. Okay. Now, if you got into Binance token or Huobi token or the KuCoin tokens at a very low price during their ICO or whenever it was released, if they had an ICO, and now it's gone up in value, and now it's more than 1% of your portfolio, then that would be okay. But if it got to like 5 or 10 or 20% of my entire portfolio, I would definitely sell some of that shit. I would go and buy something like Tezos. Tezos, man, I can't say it enough, guys. It is completely underpriced. You got these jackass ambulance chasing lawyers that's trying to file these bogus lawsuits against the Tezos Foundation and against the founders of the Tezos token. And to me, at 90 cents, 85 cents, 80 cents, 90 cents, $1, anything less than $2 for Tezos is completely undervalued. Okay, guys, completely undervalued. That is going to be one of the big coins that all the institutions will be investing in, that they will be staking for their clients, all the hedge funds, all the new guys. Think about it, right? It's just so easy to just go and stake the Tezos tokens and get 6 to 7% returns a year. There's no reason why the hedge funds, the family offices, and the institutions and beginning traders and investors will not invest into it. And they have the most money, in my opinion, to develop and grow their coin and their community, and they have a big and loyal community behind it. Okay, so that's what I would invest into if I had some extra money, or my exchange-based tokens like Huobi, KuCoin, or Binance tokens. Or those got to where it became like 5, 10, 20% of my personal portfolio, I would sell some of that and buy something like Tezos, like Cosmos, like Decred, and like Decred and like Ethereum or any of those. Okay. Now all that construction noise that you guys hear, that crashing noise, I just finally figured out what's going on. So when they build like the second floor, the third floor, and the fourth floor, they got to put all these stands. They're like hundreds of these metal stands about the size of my forearm, and they tighten up and they hold up these metal plates, okay, so that they can pour the concrete on the second floor, the third floor. And once the concrete dries, they unscrew these support poles and take them out, and then the metal sheets would fall down and collapse. And it's like the craziest shit. They don't have nothing to lower those sheets down. They just unscrew it, and the guys are pulling ropes on there or something, and they're pulling out the support pipes, and they're yanking it out, and it's just fucking collapsing. and the guys are not wearing hard hats, they're not wearing steel-toe shoes. It's like they don't give a shit if their hands and feet get cut off, guys. I'm sitting there watching this in front of me right now while I'm talking to you guys. It's like the most hilarious thing ever, you know. And so that's what's making all that noise in the background. Okay. Okay. So I hope that this video answers D_Eli's question on my Twitter. If the exchange-based tokens are worth buying, selling, investing in, and to summarize it, you know, I don't see the need or the reason. I can't even make up shit why you would need it, you know, but so there's no need for it. But the fact that these exchanges are doing it and they're setting the price of it and they're controlling the price for it and they're manipulating the price of it up and down and stuff, you know, to me, there's an opportunity to make money there. Because keep in mind, guys, just think about this for a moment. The exchanges produce these tokens, and then when there's a bull market and they buy the tokens up themselves with their own money, and then they sell it back to themselves, they're not losing money on this, right? So they can artificially pump the price of that, and so I'm buying a small piece of it, so when they pump the price of it up, right, I'm gonna sell it into strength and take profits on it, and that's a quick 5, 10, 20x for me, okay? And because these exchanges are popular and these exchanges are big and these exchanges have money, I know that they can easily do that, and there's no SEC or no any of that to regulate it. And you might say this, guys, you might say, hey guys, hey Ty, isn't that wrong to invest into something that's illegal in the US, right? Now, think about this, guys, right? Marijuana is illegal in the US, but it's not illegal like in some of the European countries. So if you make some money selling marijuana in those European countries, right, then why would it be illegal or immoral? You're doing it in an environment where it's perfectly legal, all right? So for example, like when I got caught, you know, for drugs back in 2004, in 1993, and I went to prison for nearly 14 years, right? The Justice Reform Act that was just put out by President Donald Trump, right? It actually reduced my sentence. Like the nearly 14 years that I got, I would probably get like a couple of years right now under the same crime under Trump's law. So that's, to me, if you're in the US and you're not allowed to buy Binance tokens because it violates US financial laws, then obviously don't do that. But I'm not a resident of the US, I'm a resident of Vietnam, okay? I no longer live in the US. I have no citizenship there. I have nothing to tie me to the US, right? So I'm a resident of Vietnam. So because of that, I'm going by the Vietnamese laws. So in their Vietnam laws, they don't care what you do with crypto. It's not a recognized asset. So whatever you do about it and you lose money, don't come crying to the Vietnamese government to help you get that money back or litigate that in court. So that's under Vietnamese law, okay? So in Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, most of these countries have very, very similar laws like that for crypto. So whatever you do, just make sure that you don't violate the laws in the countries that you're operating in, okay? So do it according to the law and do it safely and manage your portfolio the right way. Don't try to do something that's illegal in your portfolio. These exchanges over here, they don't have the, what do you call that? The concepts about wash trading, front running, or artificially moving the price of the coins, right? Like they do in the US. So I don't, you know, when I talk to the traders and the traders and the investors here and the lawyers here, they don't have those concepts like they do in the Western countries. So because of that, right, it's you're doing it at your own risk, okay? So be cautious out there, guys. Keep your money off the exchanges. Make sure you use a hardware wallet, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys in a future video. Thanks for watching this, and if you guys like the way that we trade and invest and the way that we talk about how to manage a 7, 8, or 9-figure portfolio in the real world and not just like in fantasy land, right? Make sure that you go get a copy of our cryptocurrency investing blueprint, guys. I believe that is the absolute best training program for people who are looking to manage a 7, 8, or 9-figure portfolio in the cryptocurrency space. Go get your copy today. It's at www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint. Get you a copy today and protect your portfolio. Always use a hardware wallet. Keep your coins off the exchange, and I will see you in a future video. Follow me on Twitter at HeyTaiZen. Thank you.